Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, well, I'd just be sitting here talking about the Dallas Cowboys all by myself. And here we are on the eve of training camp. Guys, this is it. This is the end of the freaking off season. It's the 2018 season. And who is going to be the team to beat? It's amazing because this time of year, it seems like most of the experts will go through and they'll talk about the teams that were great last year, the playoff teams. Everybody is on the Eagles bandwagon. The Eagles, they're going to do fantastic. The Rams, and they don't forget that these teams last year were in the basement. And for me, it's funny because sometimes things I've talked about a while ago, and people say, you're an idiot, you're crazy, you don't know what you're talking about. Later on, some of the talking heads will start talking about it. I pointed out months ago that the NFC East is not like any other division. The NFC East, it's crazy because it's been since the 2003-2004 season that the same team has won back-to-back. In fact, the team that's in the basement, more times than not, end up winning the division, which makes no sense whatsoever. Take a look at the Eagles. They were in the basement the year before. They go on win the Super Bowl. The year before that, our Cowboys. They were in the basement. And before that, the Washington Redskins. It makes no rhyme, reason, or anything else. But it is the way it is. Generally speaking, since that time, the division winner has dropped an average of 3.4 games a year. It's crazy. And only twice has a team not regressed. So today on Colin Cowherd, he's basically talking about that same thing, although I'm not quite ready to put it there yet. Let's go ahead and listen to what he had to say.
For last. After almost 3 hours, Colin apparently hasn't gotten to the point yet. Quit holding out on us, Cowherd. It's the best for last.
Well, in Philadelphia right now, obviously, everybody feels great about their team.
You think?
Philadelphia Eagles, and I mean, if you even suggest they're not going to win the division, you're crazy. But the NFC East is not like other divisions. No NFC East team since 2004 has won back-to-back division championship. The last team to do it was 15 years ago, the Eagles. Here's what's even crazier. For the past 3 years in the NFC East, a team's gone from worst to first. The Redskins in 2014 had 3 starting quarterbacks, RG3, Kirk Cousins, Colt McCoy. They were an abject disaster. Arguably the worst team in the league at the end of the year, 4-12. Following year, Kirk Cousins starts all 16, win the division 9-7. The Cowboys in 2015 were at one point the worst team in the league. 4 quarterbacks, Romo got hurt. Following year, rookie Dak comes in. You would have thought that was insane, and Dak wins the division. A rookie, 4th-round quarterback. 2016, first year for Wentz, Doug Peterson, Lane Johnson suspended 10 games. Hot and cold roller coaster team went 7-9. You would have thought it would be absurd to say, oh, they're going to come back the following year. Wentz gets hurt, Nick Foles goes in, and they win the Super Bowl. Now think about that.
Crazy.
The Redskins were arguably, with Colt McCoy, the worst team in the league, came back to win the division. The Cowboys were arguably, when they bottomed out, the worst team in the league, came back with a 4th-round rookie quarterback, won the division. Absurd. The Eagles were a roller coaster with a rookie coach. They come back the following year, their great young quarterback gets hurt, they win a Super Bowl. None of it makes sense. That's why I said my one dark horse Super Bowl team in the NFL this year is the New York Giants. Because last year was a mess. Odell Beckham out 12 games. Fired the coach, Ben McAdoo.
I'm not quite ready to go there yet.
Eli Manning from Geno Smith. They finished 3-13. Franchise worst. But if you look at the last 3 years and the last 15, they have made bigger improvements than everybody. Left tackle was a massive issue. Nate Solder. Running back was a massive concern. Saquon Barkley. Coach was a disaster. Hired Pat Shermer. Receiving core beat up. Here's Odell Beckham. If you look at their defense, they have an elite player in every single unit. Landon Collins safety, Janoris Jenkins corner, Alec Ogletree's their best middle linebacker in a decade, Olivier Vernon pass rusher, Snacks Harrison. They are my dark horse Super Bowl team. I do not think they'll win the division. But remember a year ago on this show, I said the Philadelphia Eagles, I pick one every year, are my dark horse Super Bowl team. A dark horse Super Bowl team is one that in no magazine are they picked to win the Super Bowl. In no show, in no podcast, are they considered a Super Bowl team. The Eagles were not considered a Super Bowl team.
They weren't.
Last year, at all. You mocked me for considering it. I will tell you now, I think the New York Giants are the team. And I'm not even sure if they're good enough to win their division. But they've got to.
Okay, so that being said, it's basically what I've been telling you guys. The NFC East is crazy. I mean, you look at the Patriots, every year they win theirs. We are the polar opposite. It rotates year after year after year. It is just hell to repeat. I said last year, I think the Cowboys are going to go 10-6. I'm not sure if they'll win the division or not because, it's just hell to win the division. Now, I'm not sure if the Giants really are going to be that Super Bowl team, but if they do, and I said this yesterday, if they win the division this year, I think they are a Super Bowl favorite. But with that being said, that schedule that they have is brutal the first 8 games. I don't know that there's anybody that has a tougher schedule the first 8 games of the season. And I don't believe in Eli Manning as far as I believe Eli Manning, truly his better days are way behind him. And I think you're going to see him looking like a punched drunk quarterback. But we'll see. That's the great thing about football. There is no rhyme or reason to what happens to teams. But one thing you can count on is definitely movement. We'll have to wait and see. I'm Mark Holmes, glad like a kid at Christmas that tomorrow begins. Whew. Our Cowboys heading to Oxnard. I'll see you guys soon. And I'll be back later with the dumbass comment of the day. And it's not one of you guys. It's actually one of the talking heads. I'll see you soon.